Veteran journalist and host Korina Sanchez and her camp called out Pasig City Mayor Vico Sotto for his recent Facebook post slamming certain journalists for interviewing Sara and Curlee Discaya before the 2025 election. In the viral post, Sotto said that journalists and news personalities should have asked themselves first those people were supposedly willing to pay millions just to be interviewed. He also shared screenshots from Korina Sanchez and Julius Babao separate interviews with the Discayas. Korina Sanchez camp responded with the statement, "Dear Mayor Sotto, the platforms Korina interviews and Rated Korina both take pride in their standards in storytelling and production. Both shows are multi-awarded GIS credible awarding bodies over the years. Our host Korina Sanchez Roxas has her esteemed place in the industry for very sturdy reasons. Firstly, in choosing subjects and topics for our shows, there must be public interest in it, plus story to tell. Second, bashing or criticizing or slandering other personalities or businesses is strictly disallowed. Third, subjects simply tell their life story. This is no investigative piece. The stories of many personalities, including politicians and public figures, real estate developers, or sportsmen, have been the content of Rated Korina for decades. The same is true for several other magazine shows and interviews via many hosts across all networks. In the case of the Sara and Curlee Discaya interview, their rags to riches story is their story. While the feature was never intended to be investigative, but simply a success story, should there have been anything untrue about what they claimed after airing, it is up to the accuser to point this out. We will air it if verified." In fairness to Emma Sanchez, she only found out she was interviewing Pasig mayoralty candidate on the day of taping, and she was not the one in contact with the couple for the interview. "We reached out to your camp several times since your former mayoral term, and even informed your mother, Connie Reyes, about this feature story on the Discayas, but you had always declined requests for an interview. The interview was conducted well before the campaign period, aired in November 2024 and January 2025. Yes, there are payments for certain businesses, products, personalities, companies, or politicians much like payments for advertisements, and these go to the network with an official receipt issued to the client. There is no such thing as a 10 million peso placement for an interview. It is irresponsible to even say such. As your malice is posted on Facebook and publicly besmirches the reputation of Eva Sanchez, this clearly constitutes cyber libel. To insinuate that our show is irresponsible in only airing what is paid for is slanderous. Who are we to presume our interviewees as evil with no basis or evidence long before they come into controversy? Are we also to presume you are guilty of overpricing the construction of government buildings just because your opponent thinks so? Are we to automatically deduce you are grandstanding at the expense of others because this is your last term and you are planning to run for higher office? Only someone of inferior intellect and juvenile reasoning, if not someone utterly deluded and unchristian, would publicly make such conclusions. Being a mayor, just because you won your seat of public trust does not put you in a position of authority over editorial prerogative. Nor does it give you license to cast doubt on the integrity of seasoned journalists simply because they interviewed your opponent, who did not speak against you, and because you refused to be interviewed. The Discayas are not allowed to use the interview video they are propagating, and legal action shall be taken on this matter. All interviews of those who ran for office have also been taken down from our official sites right after elections. We hope your issues have been clarified and we will be happy to address any further concerns. While we recognize free speech and the platforms with which we express opinions, there is also such thing as thoughtful restraint that benefits truth and fairness. We all claim to be Christian, after all.